there's like I guess it seems like a tradition these days, tradition or a requirement. If there's any difference between the two, is tradition a form of requirement? These days to do a video to talk about an upcoming project as part of the pre-event event, or even as part of the event itself, if you like. The event in question this time is on the Sunday the 28th of September at 2 p.m. and it's at Centrala space in Digbeth in Birmingham, and it's one of the regular events for Fizzle, Free Improvisation Club, and I'm performing with a quartet of musicians. It includes myself on piano, Fiona Troon bassoon and contrabassoon, Maya Pluta violin, and Sarah Farmer violin. And the purpose of this performance is it actually came about through the date itself. The date of the performance is the 28th of September, and it kind of rang a bell when I put it in my diary, and I was a little bit sort of perplexed by that, and I couldn't figure out why 28th of September seemed to mean something to me. So I went on the internet, and you can look up famous births, deaths and events, and I was going down those lists because I was convinced that it must be something like that triggered my memory. And as I got down the list, I discovered eventually that the 20th of September was actually Victor Jara's birthday. Victor Jara, the Chilean singer, songwriter, playwright, poet, political activist. Victor Jara was murdered in September 1973 as part of the US and UK backed Pinochet coup, which overthrew the democratically elected Allende government, and thousands of people were murdered as a result and disappeared and all sorts of horrific stuff. Victor Jara was a very active member as an artist in the campaign for the Allende government, Popular Unity, and he was also a member of the Chilean New Song movement, and his music is incredibly affecting. It's rooted in the history of the country and its people, and their music and culture, and it's also hugely connected to the political mood of that time, that the government should be for its people first and foremost. And I first became aware of Victor's work and life around about 2003, 2004, 2003, when I was researching stuff around, at the time, a setting of Allen Ginsberg's Howl poem, and somewhere along the line, somewhere or other, there was some kind of connection between an article I was reading about Ginsberg and the work of Victor Jara. So when I checked out his stuff, I couldn't believe, how incredible, wonderful, and effective and powerful not only his work but also his life's message was. And in the years since, I've done a few different Victor Jara sort of tribute projects. The first one was in 2009, which was called The Last Words of Victor Jara. And since then, there was Music in the Time of Revolution, which is 10 years old now. And those are things that have been performed around and about over the years in different formats, different festivals and venues. But for Victor Jara's birthday, I thought I don't really want to sort of rehash the last words of Victor Jara project. Also, it seemed like it's not the best way to celebrate the anniversary of somebody's birth by a project that's talking about their death. So that's why I came up with a new idea. The new idea is Canto Libre for Victor Jara. Canto Libre was the name of one of his songs, a free song, Canto Libre. But it's not. It doesn't actually reference any of the music from that particular song. Instead, what I've done and what we shall do in the performance, there's a piece of Victor's called La Partida, The Parting, and it's a purely instrumental piece. And what I've done is taken the notes, specifically only the notes, the melody notes of that particular piece, and used those as the basic building blocks for my own piece, which is called Canto Libre for Victor Jara. So the harmonies, the rhythms of the original are nowhere to be seen, but the melody notes are the stickle bricks, the Lego bricks, the building blocks of the piece, not at their original pitch, but in any octave as the performers choose. So myself on piano, Maya Pluter and Sarah Farmer on violins, and Fiona Trewin on bassoon and contrabassoon will be using those notes to craft the improvisations, the group improvisations that we'll do as part of the Fizzle gig. And so I'm very interested to know how it comes out, and I hope that I've caused yourselves to have an interest as well to come along. And I should say that it's not just my piece that's going to be performed. Fiona Trewin is also writing a piece dedicated or inspired by Violeta Parra, who was also one of the Chilean New Song movement artists, and so we'll be performing a world premiere of Fiona's piece, and also a world premiere of my piece. And in the second set, there's a band featuring John Butcher, John Edwards, and Mark Sanders. So there's plenty to be excited about coming along to. Sunday, the 28th of September at Centrala space in Digbeth, 2 p.m. start for Fizzle Birmingham. It'll be an absolute delight to see you there for the event itself.